You like this, Daddy?
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you
right
scrambling
here,
and scraping.
No, I got notes
like
and
that.
And you got to tell him no. But now
I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then.
Was it love at first sight with your boyfriend?
It was a long time ago.
What makes you guys work?
I think what makes any...
There we go. What's good, YouTube? We back with another reaction. Today we are reacting to the destruction of Diddy. Let's get into it, man. I'm not happy to see nobody fall, or you know, I'm not salivating at anybody's downfall regardless of what he did. You know, niggas be like, oh, he deserved this, he deserved that. I don't know what my life would look like if I got what I deserved. If God gave me what I deserved and God gave you what you deserve, I don't know what our life would look like. So I ain't gonna come with this, you got what you deserve. Because God might be saying back like, hold on, what if you got... There's some things that you should have got, but because of my grace... Alright, so let's just get into it. I ain't even gonna do all that. I'm just saying.
Over 2 months since Diddy
I'm just
began
saying,
to
bro.
self-destruct. On the morning of March 25th, the world watched on as the walls began to be knocked down. Diddy's LA and Miami mansions had both been raided by the feds.
Drink water.
And we're still trying to figure out
Drink
where
water.
exactly P. Diddy is located.
Is there any
Man,
sense of
water.
how long that could take after a raid like this?
It could take weeks, it could take months. And the reason why is because they gathered so much evidence. Supposedly they gathered so many videos and laptops and also electronic devices, and they have to now conduct a forensic investigation of those items.
Videos of Diddy pacing back and forth went public, and it was even rumored that he was hiding out overseas. Since then, things have definitely quieted down on the Diddy front. He had apparently returned back
I was
home.
about to say, where's the background music? This don't hit the same without background music.
People had even seen him out in public.
Yeah, I need background
music. Like many
music.
other instances over the last 3 decades, it looked like he was once again going to be getting off the hook. After all, this is an extremely rich and powerful man who people have alleged was doing dirty, disgusting things in the background for quite some time. And he was still a staple in the entertainment and business sector of our world.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and
here.
scraping.
No, I got notes
like
and
that.
shit. I'll be...
Yo, what stronghold did he have on y'all, bro? Because at a certain point, I get it. Y'all niggas is in the industry, and you know you don't want to burn bridges, especially with somebody as powerful as Diddy. Like, were lives on the line? Because if they weren't, bro, I'm ready to like, yo, don't be you touching me, talking about I like it when you scrapping and scraping. What are you talking about, bro? I don't even care that much about living. Like, longevity has its place. That's the problem with niggas, bro. Niggas so scared to lose their life, man. Bump this life, bro. Bro, I'm not really tripping on that, bro. I don't care nothing about that, not that deep, bro. I'm not saying I want to not live, but I don't care about it that deep for the nigga to be talking to me like that, and I'm just sitting there taking it. And he's supposed to be rappers. This tough niggas on the mic, do this. You ain't about nothing, bro. Longevity has a... MLK was a gangster. These niggas is pussy.
I want you to party with me for your birthday, man.
We party for my birthday. Pussy.
I want you to party with me for your birthday, man.
We party for my birthday.
Pussy.
You came to my party.
No, but
you came to my party.
You know what I'm saying?
P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you got to tell him no.
But now it
Cat
looks
a
like
real nigga for that, man. I respect Cat for that.
Might finally be getting just a little peek behind the curtain into the dark world of Diddy, as a surveillance video has now been leaked, and this apparently comes from the raid of his home from 2 months back, where you can see him physically violating his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway back in 2016. Diddy appears here in a towel, and he continually throws her around like a rag doll as she attempts to escape. The scene here is truly disturbing and really does make you think about what this man would be willing to do behind closed doors. When it comes to these two, they actually dated for over a decade, and you can only imagine the things she saw during that time period. After this all came out, he would actually release a garbage apology video. It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was f***ed up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted.
That shit look fake as hell. How you don't know how to act? You been in the industry for 30 years, nigga. Bruh, the first 10, okay, you was with Pac and Big, or not even the whole 10, but in the 90s, all right, Pac and Big. 2010, like, bruh, by then, you need to learn how to act. Me in 2024, bruh. I've seen better acting than this on TikTok. We've reacted to better skits than this, bro. Come on, bro. I understand acting is not your gift, but you could have done multiple takes. You got all the resources in the world. This acting is terrible. This look away was trash. And you could tell, like, he really tried to do something with that. Look.
Bottom.
Look at the look away.
But I make no excuses.
Look at the look away.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
And sadly,
the statute of limitations for simple assault is 1 year, while the time period during which charges must be filed for aggravated assault is increased to 3 years.
Due to the statute.
Okay, so I don't know what the consensus with the apology is. Obviously, that's one of the most insincere apologies that I've ever seen, in my opinion. I don't know if he's actually being sincere for a fact. But to me, it seems as though he's being insincere. But in terms of what he's saying, like, there's not much more. I don't know. Let's keep it pushing. I don't even care.
Limitations. Apparently, Diddy cannot be tried for his actions that day. And of course, this incident is actually one of many that was presented in Cassie's lawsuit against P. Diddy that she filed last November, where she sought damages over trafficking, physical violation, and physical abuse. And this suit would actually be settled out of court only 1 day after it was filed. And while she was seeking $30 million, there is no official number on where they would eventually settle. Of the many things Cassie would accuse Diddy of, the list would include violated Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Miss Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. Blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically interested in Miss Ventura. And
he blew up a nigga car? Nah, you're actually like... And there's a difference between being evil and being a supervillain. Like, there's people that kill people that aren't necessarily supervillains. The Joker is a supervillain. Like, the way that he kills people is villainous. You blew up a nigga car. You could have got him shot. You could have did a drive-by. You could have did a whole... You blew up his car, nigga. What is this, The Dark Knight? Are you Black Joker or something? Like, what is your problem?
And that was allegedly Kid Cudi, whose car he blew up. Forced Miss Ventura to engage in sex with male workers while dating and filming the encounters, ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rivalry industry executive whom he learns was nearby. This was allegedly Suge Knight. Demanded that Miss Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addiction.
Required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions.
These two actually met back in 2005 when Cassie was only 19 years old. Apparently, she got on his radar when he heard her first single.
Look at Mary J in the back. What Mary J going through right now? Mary J been through some shit, man. You can tell by her music. I'm just grateful that she put that pain into her music, bruh. So we got bangers. French Montana. Yeah, man, I don't really speak on French like that, but, you know.
Playing in the club, and immediately became interested in signing her with his label Bad Boy Records.
I started hearing this record that was haunting me in the clubs, and it was, you know, it was Cassie's record, Me and You, and I would hear it everywhere I was at, and so I kept asking what record is that, and Glenn told me that it was Ryan, exactly, it was Cassie.
At that time, Diddy was a wealthy 37-year-old business mogul with the Midas touch, as he was known for his keen ability to spot out and shine light on the next big thing in music. He quickly rose up the ranks as the most powerful public figure in the hip-hop industry. Mr. Combs asserted complete control over Miss Ventura's personal and professional life, thereby ensuing her inability to escape his hold. He provided unprecedented avenues of success for the aspiring artist, but in return demanded obedience, loyalty, and silence. Within months of the two meeting, he would actually sign her to a 10-album deal, which in the music industry might as well be signing away a huge
your whole
portion
life.
of your career, as well as your life.
Nigga, 10 albums? Nigga, how many albums do J. Cole got? How many albums do he got? Let's count. I don't even think J. Cole got 10 albums. Like, just to put it in perspective, hold on. I'm just going to go to Apple Music and just look at how many albums J. Cole has. Okay. J. Cole has Cold World, Born Sinner, Forest Hill Drive. That's like, of his top 5, that's surely 3, and Forest Hills Drive is 1. Revenge of the Dreamers, that's not really his album, but let's count it. For Your Eyes Only, that's 5. KOD, that's 6. Revenge of the Dreamers, 7. Revenge of the Dreamers, I think 2, that's 8. The Off Season, 9. And then D-Day Gangster, and then Might Delete Later will be 11. So that, like, that would mean, like, if J. Cole was under that contract, that Might Delete Later would be his first album away from whoever. That's crazy.
Everybody to meet Cassie. Y'all know that's Cassie. And hear the story directly from Mau Mau.
Her debut album would be an immense success, climbing all the way up to the number 4 spot on the Billboard charts. From here, she would be thrust into the spotlight of fame.
I don't even know who that
comes
is.
With it, a fast life of luxury that previously she could only dream of. Mr. Combs' recognition and glorification of Miss Ventura's naivety proved to set the groundwork for his manipulative and coercive romantic and sexual relationship with Miss Ventura, a woman nearly 2 decades his junior. Within a year of signing to Bad Boy Records, Mr. Combs became deeply entrenched in Miss Ventura's life, almost immediately asserting possession and control over her, and inserting himself into all aspects of her career and personal life. And when Cassie first found out that Diddy was interested in her romantically, allegedly she was grossed out by the idea due to his father-like relationship he had developed with her at the time, and of course the very large gap in their age. It would apparently take 2 years, but eventually Diddy would get his way and become intimate with Cassie. She would officially enter his inner circle, and soon Diddy would have his fingers on every aspect of her life. All aspects of Miss Ventura's life were controlled by Mr. Combs or his management companies. Every event Miss Ventura attended, from the travel to the makeup and clothing, was paid for directly by Mr. Combs and his affiliated companies.
Just shooting this Cassie video. See if we can find Cassie.
Compounding this all-encompassing intrusion into her life, Mr. Combs secured his control over the young and impressionable Miss Ventura by introducing her to a drug-fueled lifestyle that kept her complacent and compliant. Mr. Combs first introduced Miss Ventura to opiates around 2008 and would often have pills and other drugs out in the open like candy. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs has been addicted to prescription painkillers and took ecstasy frequently. In this way, Mr. Combs exerted ownership over Miss Ventura. As another example of the ways in which he manipulated her, early on in their relationship he asked her what she called her grandfather, and when Miss Ventura said that she referred to her grandfather as Pop Pop, Mr. Combs perversely insisted that she referred to him with that nickname. Now that is the move of a true weirdo. Over the next decade, multiple times each year, Mr. Combs would violently beat Miss Ventura, leaving bruises on her body. After every instance in which he beat her, Mr. Combs used his money and power to orchestrate extensive efforts to hide the evidence of his abuse, including hiding Miss Ventura in hotels for days at a time to let her bruises heal. This is something that apparently happened time and time again, as the lawsuit does list multiple instances of Diddy putting his hands on Cassie, and even details the network of people involved in covering these incidents up. She was allegedly kept away from family, and was apparently even told to lie when questioned about these rumors of abuse. She found herself becoming numb to the abuse she was experiencing, and became entirely beholden to Mr. Combs' demands. She began to blindly follow his instructions, out of fear of again being on the receiving end of a vicious beating. By Mr. Combs' own admission, his relationship with Miss Ventura was like Bobby and Whitney, a clear acknowledgement of the unequal power dynamic and excessive domestic violence that permeated their relationship. Her volatile and partner.
There was domestic violence with Bobby and Whitney. I don't know. I don't know.
So owns her label and
I didn't know
therefore
that
held
it
her
was.
future success in his hands, had fully exerted control over every aspect of her life.
So do you believe in love at first sight?
I do. I do.
Was it love at first sight with your boyfriend?
It was a long time ago.
What makes you guys work?
Well, I think what makes any relationship work, if it is working, is, just not talking about it too much and just keeping it close to your heart.
Furthermore, within months of the inception of their relationship, Cassie claims that Diddy was already shelling her out to other men for his own pleasure. While in New York City, Mr. Combs told Miss Ventura that he wanted to engage in a fantasy of his own called voyeurism. Mr. Combs said it would turn him on if he saw Miss Ventura with another. Basically, she's alleging that Diddy was in the corner watching. Mr. Combs began to call his arrangement a freak-off, or FO. He would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura at random moments that he wanted an FO, and Miss Ventura was eventually expected to facilitate the location and the hiring of the male workers. At certain points during Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura's relationship, he would insist on FO weekly. Mr. Combs would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura that this practice was our thing and our secret. FOs would often take place in hotel suites, including at the Trump International Hotel in Columbus Circle, a hotel
I literally went by there yesterday.
Beverly Hills, the London Hotel in Los Angeles, the Intercontinental Century City, the Intercontinental Atlanta, the Intercontinental New York City. Is anyone seeing a pattern here? The One Hotel in New York and in Miami, the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in New York and in Miami, the Fontainebleau in Miami, the Beverly Hills Hotel, and Shutters on the Beach in Los Angeles. On one occasion around 2013, Mr. Combs had an FO set up at the Intercontinental Hotel in New York City, after which he was charged with tens of thousands of dollars in damages by the hotel. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Tony Fletcher, paid the invoice charged by the hotel. Keep in mind, the lawsuit also claims that Diddy's personal assistants allegedly set up many of these encounters. And here is specifically the part where they talk about the hotel incident. In or around March 2016, during an FO at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles, Mr. Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face. After he fell asleep, she tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at her. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel.
Run, bitch. This is some Lifetime shit. Yo, imagine, wait a minute. Imagine a Lifetime story about Diddy. It would have to, I don't think that could be a movie. That has to be like a Netflix series, bro, about Diddy. Now, I don't know how that would fly, with Pac and this and all the Usher and Bieber. That's just the shit that we know. Imagine, bro, y'all think the LeBron documentary is gonna be crazy? Which it is. Nigga, the Diddy documentary ain't got shit on LeBron. It ain't got shit on LeBron. The Diddy documentary is it would be... Bruh, eyes have not seen nor ears have heard, bruh. I'm telling you.
While yelling at her, he grabbed at her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her, causing glass to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape. She managed to get into the elevator, and when she got to the lobby, quickly took a cab to her apartment. Upon realizing that her running away would cause Mr. Combs to be even angrier with her, and completely stuck in his vicious cycle of abuse, Miss Ventura returned to the hotel with the intention of apologizing for running away from her. When she returned, hotel security staff urged her to get back into the cab and to go to her apartment, suggesting that they had seen the security footage showing Mr. Combs her and throwing glass at her in the hotel hallway. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs paid the Intercontinental Century City $50,000 for the hallway security footage from that evening. And remember guys, that's the footage that they're saying is coming from this raid. So who knows what else they had, who knows what else is gonna leak. Of course, there's many other...
Bro, I'm just tripping that she went back, bro. Like, I'm tripping that you went... Like, you went forward, bro. You went forward. You said, okay, this is my opportunity. I got my bag. You brave for taking that. I mean, I guess as a woman, whatever, like, just me. If I got to get away, I'm taking the stairs. Like, nigga, you gonna have to keep putting... You not about to catch me at the elevator waiting or catch me at the bottom, nigga. You gonna have to catch me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going. But you went back. You made the right decision. You left. You got away. And you lived to fight another day. and because you were fearful, and I'm not even saying it was wrong to be fearful. I'm not saying it was a bad decision. I don't know. I'm not in the situation. Who knows what would have happened if she didn't do what she did? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if you was going to leave, or if you was going to come back, you probably shouldn't have even left. Like, it's just the way I'm looking at it. Like, if it was such a big deal that you felt like you had to come back and you were so scared, you should have never left. You should have never left.
Details of other incidents in this court filing, but if one thing is clear, it's that Cassie has PTSD from over a decade of the madness that went on with Diddy. Like, for her to be so close to him for so long, I can only imagine the things that she went through and saw firsthand. And to me, she has to be the one person that Diddy likely fears the most when it comes to his inevitable downfall. And for him to go on this apology video acting like this was some sort of isolated incident is just ridiculous. To me, this is clearly a disgusting monster of a person who feels like he can do anything he wants to whoever he wants without fear of repercussions. Furthermore, there must be several people within his circle who are guilty in aiding him in his quest for power over others. Of course, there are tens to hundreds of other rumors about this man that I plan to break down as more comes to light. I'm talking about the Kardashians potentially being involved. I'm talking about him inviting DaBaby up to his room during the peak of his career that might have sparked those statements that he made on that Rolling Loud stage.
I was at a party at Diddy crib. Diddy he had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
Either way, I will continue.
He's a master manipulator, bro. The way he be like invading niggas' space and shit like that, like he uses like fear and coercion at the same time. Like, it's
keep
crazy.
You guys updated on the Diddy situation, so y'all make sure you subscribe. Of course, I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, but as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman and some other viral news that needs to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.